right, we are all the way live, gentlemen, all the way live, and welcome to the Iceberg Studios. So, I like and stuff, but they got to get it done, right?
Look like you're going Hollywood, man. What's going on?
Yeah, he's got that music roll. That thing is tight.
I had to do the generic stuff, man. I had time. Well, I probably should have time to make a special video. Maybe tomorrow when I do part two. Uh, yeah, I'll do a little video, little snippet, 30 seconds they give me, right? So, yeah, yeah, little something, something. Maybe Mel Gibson will make an appearance. Hey, Mel, two Mels don't make it wrong. See that? See what we're about to do? So what's going on, Moto?
I'm here with you. I'm psyched. I shipped you a package,
Yes,
and you have it.
yes.
And I'm very excited for you to go on this building journey with me.
Awesome, man. I really appreciate it, man. I mean, many people that you could have chosen, you chose me. I'm very excited. I'm a big fan of like futuristic stuff and Mad Max. Being a little bit a kid, I was a little kid. And watching something like that. I was always a fan, and actually having this come across, my desk is just awesome, man. Just awesome. And like I said, you only made a few of these, right?
There are 3 of these in existence, and there will not be any more. And I'll explain why as you go through the process.
Okay. All right. So let's
So yeah, you also really have always said that you're a student of Lego and that you're always open to new experiences and new ways of building. And this one's got a couple tricky parts to it too. So I think that'll be a fun part of it.
Okay. All right. Hope I'm up for the challenge, man. I definitely got a lot of time, so I'm definitely gonna.
Well, yeah, I do too. I'm on winter break. You're free, and I'm here if you get stuck too. There are some parts that are, the instructions are clear, but it doesn't mean it's easy to put together.
Okay.
It's not as bad as the iceberg ring, but there's going to be a couple parts like the dash where you're gonna wish you were making that ring again.
Yeah, man. It was like a cipher, man. That ring was a cipher. It was. I never got around to making that third one, but at least I got 2 of them, man. I got 2 of them.
Oh God, I only did it once. You are a glutton for punishment. But yeah, there you go.
I got
man.
Can't wait to put them on my antenna.
Yeah, when you get to tape, always cut it sideways. That's a good approach to this thing.
All right. Let's see here, friend. Done. So, what was the motivation behind Moto actually doing a project like this?
I'll answer that after you get a little bit further along.
Okay.
Look at that.
Yeah, you may have to go back.
Motivation on the wrapping there.
Yeah.
You may have to go back to the larger, wider cam to show that off.
Okay. Yeah, I could definitely do that. Yeah.
But yeah, if you stand it up on the end, this is called a kimono wrap. It's an origami wrapping technique.
Wow.
Let me just get the. Let me see if I can get the big can for you guys.
There you go.
It could be like a Jedi robe too.
Yeah. It's called
Like
the kimono wrap.
It's like how you fold your robe, your kimono.
Absolutely, and yeah, there is a personalized note. Your intuition was correct. That little letter is the way to go. Once you're ready to. Now you can turn it over and take a look at all the folds first if you want.
That's better than a Christmas present, right?
There you go. It should have clean folds on the back as well.
Man.
No, you almost don't want to open this thing, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the beauty. That's the beauty. Once you unwrap this, I could teach you how to put it back together, but it's never going to be the same.
Yeah. Let me take a picture of this one. Hold on.
Go right ahead.
Hold on a minute.
Yeah, taking a picture is probably a good thing.
A good picture.
Before I shipped these off, I definitely took them out to the studio and took photographs, like SLR photos and all lit and everything.
Yeah.
There you go. That's for you.
Oh man, I appreciate this, Moto.
And you can read it or show it if you want to. Yeah, there's nothing
All right.
too sensitive in there.
All right. I designed a handcrafted, exquisite building experience. Nice. I love it. Love it. Everything you touch has been thoughtfully planned and constructed with care. Able to build and take a break if you want. Frustrating. If you hit a frustrating connection. All right. Got it. My friend Moto. Man, I gotta get we gotta get some merch like that, man. Get some merch like that, man. We behind, bro. That is awesome. And we got a little piece here that looks very important. So we're gonna keep that. It looks very important.
Yeah, you're gonna want to keep that.
We're gonna keep that. So
That's gonna come in. That's gonna come into effect here pretty quick.
So we're gonna have to keep that right there. So let's tuck that right there back in the envelope there.
Yeah.
Let's see. All right. So how we disassemble this origami? Huh?
Yeah, you may want to flip the camera view, but you can take the red sash off first. It's just a little bit of tape there.
All right. Let's see. Let me change my camera.
We got plenty of time. Hi, Monica Berry and Brick Flyer Smoothie. Bama Bricks is here. Wow.
Bama's here. Hey, Bama.
Yeah, so I taped it at the base. So at the very bottom of the kimono, there should be some tape, and you can start unwrapping it from that direction. Or you could just shred it open. It's up to you. It doesn't matter to me. It's your experience. You get to do whatever you want.
Can't imagine. I don't know. You would open it like a 5-year-old.
Oh my God!
Well,
Hey.
You see all these. I wrapped all these presents today,
wow.
and my son is literally going to just shred them, and they're all
Right.
folded exquisitely like that.
Wow.
And he's got the paper off.
Look at that there, friend. Wait a minute. 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 Hold on. I'm gonna get it right, y'all. Hold on. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Look at that there, man. Somebody take a screenshot. This box is the best Lego box I've ever seen in my life. I didn't even open the box yet. I'm telling you that the graphics on this box got Lego shut down. Shut down.
That looks great.
Look at this box, man. Look, watch this.
Yeah, I want to see the rest. Like, there's pictures all the way around.
Look at that box. Wait a minute. Hold on a second.
Get the
Go ahead
back
and show.
side.
Yeah, go ahead and show all the sides if you want.
Back side with the custom views inside the trunk.
Whoa.
Was the dash like inside the dash?
Yeah,
or-
yeah. If he sets it back on the bottom, the orientation, all the
See the
sides. are
steering
flipped.
wheel. Yeah.
Yep. There's the interior shot that we're seeing. Over the shoulder, interior.
Wow.
So is it going to come with that? What size figure is that?
That's a Technic figure.
Technic figure.
Yeah. Tech fig scale. This is not a small car. This is a bad
That's-
boy.
That's one.
Professional.
That is fire, friend. That is fire. And that's the box art alone, man. I didn't even dive into this thing, man.
Ready for this? Are you
So
ready?
it's the let me see, let's turn it back around here, friend.
Now, yeah, when you open it, you do want the bottom sitting on the bottom.
The bottom on the bottom. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's the Moto.Lego. Hold on. Oh yeah, I forgot we on the left side. It's the Moto
Yeah.
V8 Interceptor 10 and up. It's the Moto.002 V8 Interceptor. Comes with 1142 pieces. So I was listening, and I was because I was doing a little detective work. I kind of meddle with things. That's what I do, and
Yeah.
and so I was listening, and it was saying that Tricky Bricks was saying that it probably the age probably should be a little bit up because of
Yeah, the 10 plus was really more of a joke. It really is designed as an expert creator level, and even maybe a little touch more difficult than that.
Oh, look at that! Wait! I can't get off the box art. See that?
He's 10 minutes in. He can't even open the box.
I can't even open up the box. I can't get off the box art, dude. Oh man, I'm gonna be taking so many pictures. People gonna be so sick of Instagram. I'm telling you.
It's a whole video for the unboxing.
Wow.
Look at that, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and like an exclusive pair of sneakers, I took a design note from Sneakerheads. If you look at the sides of the bottom of the box, they're all branded as well.
Oh yeah.
I mean, we can see it on the camera. When you opened it up, it revealed the. Yeah.
This looks better than a fresh pair of Air Jordans.
They do.
Yeah. I jacketed everything with a 20-inch by 30-inch pearlescent photograph. So that's why the print quality is so high. It's literally a photograph jacket.
Hey, Mr. Hinkle's here.
Mr. Hinkle.
Hey, Hinkle.
House. Oh man, this is fire, bro.
Unboxings of full 4D movie.
Velvet? Is that velvet? Oh, it's all soft on the inside of here. Look at this.
No.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, it's got foam on in the inside. That's a high-end laptop box that I shortened by a 1/2 inch and reconstructed, and then jacketed with my brand colors. Yeah.
Man, it's almost a shame to break this thing a piece to parts, man. Even open it up. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. There you go. So we got the manual right here. I'm not going to show all of the goodies because we're not here for me to show you all the goodies, but we are going to show some fun.
Yeah. That's the beginning of the instruction. There's your tech fig. Yeah, and you can go through the intro pages a little later on.
I like the gun and the knife inside the door.
Yeah, that's taken right from the movie. Mm-hmm.
I'll have to watch that again.
Yeah, I was staring at some production interior shots of the car in order to get it accurate.
It's a really big book there.
Yeah, it's a big manual. Bam!
We'll set that up there. Oh, this is awesome, man.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
And these boxes, you can take the ribbon and lift them out, or you can just take one of the side inserts out and then put it back in. Those are just...
So this next box, this contains some of the goodies, right?
Yep. The next two boxes contain all the pieces you need, unless I miscounted. I've heard that I've miscounted a couple pieces, but.
So are they in sequence, or you could just
no? You need to open both in order to start. Yeah.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah.
But like a vintage Lego box, those boxes and the lids should serve as part holders as you do the build, like little trays.
Okay. Like trays. Okay.
And storage if you ever decide to take it apart.
Let's see something. Let's put this box down here.
Yeah, and you can start to move the large box out of the way so you don't step on it or ding it or whatever. There you go. That's number 2. I can tell because there's the figure in it.
There's the figure. That should be number 1, right?
Yep. Well, I meant, first part box or box number 2 out of 3.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you, this is my first figure like this, man. I never had one.
Yeah, one of the reasons it took me a while to make 3 copies is there's a lot of rarer and more exclusive pieces that go into this, especially those chrome pieces right there. Yeah, the chrome pieces add another $100 to the build.
I think you and Clutch would have probably been on his first name basis because he was into a lot of vintage pieces.
Who was?
Clutch. He's a bricklink seller in PA.
Oh, Clutch. No, I don't know if I did.
Yeah, he hangs around in PA. But I think he had like a subscription where you could like he had a box and every month he had some like vintage pieces he would send you.
Oh, wow.
but I think he out of business on that right now. But all right, it's time to get some.
Yep.
big
So
vehicles.
all the pieces have been pre-knolled and
Okay.
pre-locked for you to build with. They're all sorted by type and by color.
Okay.
Yeah, you're gonna need those big plates in the first few steps as you make the base.
Awesome.
Yep, and those treads are kind of rare too. The tire treads on the car.
Let's take a look at them. Let me clear this out.
But yeah, you've got nearly everything set there.
Oh wow, this is nice. Now, how would you build this? Would you take every last piece out, or would you keep them packaged?
I would keep them in the bags, and then as you need, like there's a lot of plate building, so I would probably keep the plates out.
Hmm.
But the other stuff you can just pull the pieces as you need.
Okay.
But yeah, the plates and the jumpers and the snot bricks are going to be heavily used quite a bit in this build.
Okay. All right. Let's see what we got.
So like any good idea set, you'll have a couple of introductory pages about the build, showing the features, all that good stuff, and then you can jump right in.
All right, let's check it out. Let's check it out.
Higher. So hey, Moto, it's 002. Is that the 2 of 3, or is that you have 2 different sets?
This is the second set of instructions I've ever made. The first
yeah.
set, the first set is the Impala from Supernatural, and it's free.
Oh
instructions
yeah,
are
the
free.
Impala. Yeah.
Yep.
Supernatural.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
Howdy, Remy.
So that is a set number. Gotcha.
And Mark Savio on Facebook. Mark, there's only 3 of these in existence. They are an art piece, and they're not for sale. But the instructions will likely be given out at some point, or I'll have details on where to get them. Yep, there's a quote from the movie. You've got the starting part and the feature knockouts. And yeah, I did all the photography as well. Each one of these photographs in the manual is going to be unique.
Lightning that. Woo!
Yeah, I did. I took a cue from automotive advertising lighting.
Mm-hmm.
I went to school in Ann Arbor, Michigan, so I worked in Detroit. I worked for Ford and Chrysler.
Okay.
So yeah, I was really into automotive stuff in my youth.
You can tell you put a lot of love into this build, friend. Like even like the building techniques, everything. I mean, it's just it is this is superb, man. Let's see.
Yeah, he's getting into the first step. So the first step is to cut a grill in half.
Mm-hmm.
That's why in that letter you had a half-cut grill.
That's so real, right?
I did it for you. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. You start out with the dark side approach of cutting down a Lego piece.
Apocalyptic.
Yeah. Yep. You take so if you want to cut a piece, you put a plate. You put the other plate overlap.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next page you'll see where you take a heavy-duty box cutter with a new blade, and you use the plate as a guide. And bang, there it is. It's in half.
What?
Very nice.
Now, luckily, this set doesn't have any decals. The other one I have does. That one gets really tricky.
Ah.
Wah.
Okay. All right. So what inspired it, man? What I mean, like to take on stuff like you could have made like almost anything, right? So what was particular about this car that that just you locked in on, man?
Yeah. It was part of a collaboration project and called Fab Max. So I was sitting on a stream one time,
Okay.
and Blair Archer put a Fabuland head on a Technic figure.
Mm-hmm.
And the thought was, we should do Fab Max. It should be Fabuland and Mad Max smashed together as a theme. So I made the V8 Interceptor, this car,
Uh-huh.
only in Fabuland colors, and the head was a Technic figure like you have, but it had a Fabuland the police dog head jammed on top.
Okay.
But as I made it, I was making it as accurate to the original V8 as possible, and so it made sense to make instructions and then color swap it back to the original V8 Interceptor, and then go ahead and do the Mad Max car, so that people could see how accurate it really was.
Yeah. I
But
saw
then after, yeah,
the Fabuland one, man, and it was pretty amazing because I think you put that up pretty fast.
yeah, when I from start to finish of the design took about 2 weeks total.
Okay.
The instructions took like another 2 weeks, so the instructions almost took as long as me just putting brick together.
Uh-huh.
And then I thought, you know what would be really cool is I followed my own instructions to get the Interceptor together, the black version.
Uh-huh.
But while I was ordering parts, I wanted to see if I could do copies of it for friends. And you came to mind, Flynn and Richard came to mind. Fortunately, I just couldn't get any more pieces together to get a fourth set together, but it was good because I then decided. So every time I do a project, I try to learn something new, and I realized if I've made instructions, I've never made a Lego set. So what would the ultimate Lego set look like? And that's where I started to, package all the pieces together pre-knolled and in individual bags, so you wouldn't have to sort them. And then I started to look at those laptop boxes, and I had 9 of them. Oh, there you go. You've got a War Boy.
I got a War Boy here. I got more than that behind me, actually.
Is that Knox? Or is it just generic War Boy? Is that actually Knox?
Yeah, no, Brickmania custom prints this.
Nice.
Oh, that might be Knox.
Yeah, with the tattoo.
Yeah.
In like minifig.
Well,
like,
it's scarring. Yeah, it's not even tattoos. Those guys have scars on them.
Or yeah, scar. It's scarred.
Yeah.
It's actually imprinted. You can see it's raised.
Oh, it's embossed. Yeah.
Yeah, it's raised ink. They just ink over ink. He's got the steering
crazy.
wheel.
That guy's going to Valhalla shiny and chrome.
Right.
Witness. Mediocre. That was one of the greatest lines ever written. Oh, you've got the war rig.
I could build this.
Oh man,
heck yeah,
man! That's the money right there, man. Jeez.
That's
jeez,
that was BX, man. If you was a Brickmania fan,
wow.
That set was some money. It's a large set.
Oh man.
Yeah, they did this one proper too.
No.
So
kidding.
probably next year as everyone's doing 2021 stuff and Mad Max, maybe I'll bust this open.
Yeah.
I'll see you gonna break that open? What are you doing?
Not today.
You don't ever break that open, man. That's one of the investment pieces, friend. Like you don't.
Oh yeah.
I
got the PT boat too.
Yeah. Yeah. So Mel. Yeah. I just wanted to give you the best set experience I could possibly put together because I'm a software product designer, not a physical product designer. But
okay.
I had the photographs. I spent hours putting the photographs together,
and
then I had the manual printed out and spiral bound, and then I looked at creating a jacket, and really it was a 20-inch by 30-inch photo print that set the dimensions of the box. Okay. So I had to, custom cut and create those boxes from scratch, and then I used spray adhesive to jacket them down. And that's true of the laptop boxes that are in there that I reused, the stickers, the ribbons and all that. And then the origami, I did origami at one point, so I thought it'd be cool to put that additional touch on top.
So that whole entire package, everyone just saw me open, all handcrafted. It's just all handcrafted. Like that is
all handcrafted, hand cut. Yeah, lots of spray adhesive. It gave me a headache one day.
Wow.
TLC.
Step outside for a minute, like, oh. seeing double.
No.
Oh, the TLC in there.
You get
I
it
think it
shiny.
was also because I wasn't drinking enough water in
Right,
Denver.
with
It
this
was
year,
a bright
get
day.
you all shiny, right? Get your grill shiny, like in the movie. Get you shiny.
Yeah. Or the guy's blowing gasoline into the supercharger intake. He gets like totally drunk on the gasoline.
Right.
He's like, right, just hanging on the hood of the cars or flying down the desert.
Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah, you're gonna be using a lot of large plates in the beginning.
I ain't mad, man, because this thing is going to be a beauty, man.
Yep. I have to say the front piece of the main chassis body, as you put it together, is going to come off every once in a while, just because it's very loosely held, and that's okay. You can always keep that to the side as long as you remember where it gets placed back for later steps. You're making fast progress.
I'm trying. You know what? It's black is a tricky color to really use because like if you
It's my kryptonite. If it wasn't for the red outlines in the manual, it'd be really tough to see where everything gets placed.
it's and that's a plus. I'm glad you did.
I'm sorry, Jesse. What are you putting together?
That's
a thick boy.
I got a jump stream.
Diagon.
I got a jump stream. So we're on episode 4 to finish Diagon Alley over at Hoosier Bricks.
Okay.
And he just went live. So
okay, see you around.
I want to thanks for letting me on and go Mad Max for a little bit. Moto. It's kind of speechless, huh, Mel?
It totally is, man.
Well,
it's like
the TLC, the hand craftsmanship of like the box and just like everything is just incredible. Incredible.
Yeah,
it's a total wonderman thing. This thing is a total wonderman.
Priceless.
Yep.
So congratulations.
Thank you. I'm so glad you like it, Mel.
This thing is tough, and I'm in the first stages of it, man. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm probably gonna be up all night trying to get most of this stuff. And that guy right there, BS to tell you, around grandpa time, like 9:30, I'm usually in the bed knocked out. Like he'll tell you, but I think I'm gonna stay up late, dude. I think I'm staying up late, and I'm trying to crank away at this a lot.
Yeah, I didn't intend for it, but it happened with Richard and Flynn. Flynn kept building, even though he said he wanted to save it for the camera. He couldn't stop putting it together. and now, luckily, he waited for the dashboard until I joined because, so you can go ahead and build up all around, build the engine and everything like that. I will say, once you get to the dashboard, it's probably going to be really frustrating, and you might need me there just to give you some help and assistance, and there's also a missing piece in there.
Okay.
But even if you don't set the dashboard in, you can keep making some of the other pieces toward the back and all that. But yeah, I think there's gonna be a lot of. Let me think of some highlights. I want to talk. Well, there's steering involved. That's gonna be kind of fun because it's a vintage Technic.
You're gonna do some what?
Steering.
Okay.
Yeah, you're going to be creating a steering component with active steering.
Front wheel steering?
Yeah, in the front. And just like a car from the 70s, it's going to be rack and pinion. Because I used vintage Technic for that. And then as you come up through the front tire wells, it's going to seem really weird as you build those up. It's going to look really strange because there's a lot of really weird snot stuff coming together that looks just weird. But once you lay the hood down, it's going to all make sense. And then, as you build up the front headlights too, once you lay the front headlight in as an angle, it's like one of the most satisfying parts of a build when the math just goes and it just holds in place at the right angle for everything to just lay together.
Gotcha.
The one thing you won't be building, but you can inspect when the time comes, is the engine block.
The engine block? Okay.
So if you look through your pieces, the engine block is in one complete piece.
Okay.
And the reason I pre-assembled it for you is I used chrome spray paint to match it to a metallic silver piece because the elements are not molded in metallic silver.
Oh, I see. I see.
So I color matched it to Lego silver and put it together for you. But I did spray paint each piece completely underneath and on top, so it does read as a silver piece if you ever do take that apart.
Good grief, look at that.
But I wanted to pre-assemble it for shipping so it wouldn't chip. So I kind of took the building experience away from you on that aspect, but it was just for safety reasons.
Right, I got
They're saying I'm ditching you guys in the chat. I am.
You gotta,
I'm sorry.
He is, but at least he's got commitments, you know?
I got commitments. I'm in the middle of 3 builds. I really want to finish this Diagon Alley so I can finish.
Get through.
T-Rex,
Good luck.
Cornell.
Good luck. Good luck.
Thanks, Moto. Yeah. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas, everyone. And you guys take care.
Yep. Take care. Oh yeah, Remy, I know. If I could, I could have bought other bags that weren't branded. So I buy these bags called Plymore on Amazon, and they're really, really great 4mm zipping bags. But this time I just, due to the sake of time, I just grabbed into my good old Ziploc pile and did it. I'm gonna get the manual. What step are you on? Because I can guide you through.
I think I had to put something on the back, so that's why I'm taking a step back.
Yeah, the hardest part is getting those plates really locked together to form the basis of it. And while you're building that, I'm gonna show the chat some of the BX. I'll show you some of the opening pages for this thing. Okay.
Nice.
So the cover. So basically, it is spiral bound. It does have a transparent protective cover. It's got a protective plastic backer on it.
Wow.
And the cool thing about spiral bound is when you open it, it does lay flat. So you can, you don't have to worry about creasing the thing over and over. But pretty much a copy of the cover. That's pretty much standard, what you'd expect. And then as you open it up, it's got a couple of splash panels. So I noticed with Lego Ideas, there's like a, they really try to highlight the introduction of the build.
Uh-huh.
So it's got a quote from the movie. And inspired by the films Mad Max and The Road Warrior, the V8 Interceptor is a build you'll proudly display in your collection. It is a showpiece set that will challenge your building skills. And then the photographs show the build feature. So the supercharged V8. I'll explain what wonky steering means, but yeah, the steering on this is pretty wonky. The next hero graphic is I'm just here for the gasoline. It's the reverse shot. It talks about the original insignia that was on the car from the original Mad Max movie. And then the rest of the car is styled like the Road Warrior, the second movie. A spare tire, the fuel tanks are there, the gas cans. And then a secret note, which I won't read, because that's a build feature that Mel is going to hit at the end. It's just a little icing on the top. And then the last one talks about the interior. She sucks nitro. So yeah, in the Road Warrior, or in the Road Warrior movie, he's got his knife and shotgun on the side of the door. All the controls are modeled in there. Mel's gonna be building all the controls, even down to the mannequin head, the 2 nitro canisters in the bottom, the dog. His dog is in there, and the Dinky D dog food crate and can will be in there. And then some netting is laid in there as well. And yep, and then you start to get into the instructions, which is putting the Technic figure together and then cutting that grill. And from there, like any car, you can take them off the big screen. Like any car, when you start this build, it's just going to be a million plates to form up the basis. And what I did is, instead of using a Technic piece to make it strong, I overlapped 2 sheets of large plates.
Okay.
You guys are familiar, just like the bridge challenge, right? You hammer down
Hammer
two
down.
sheets of large plates, and you get a really strong foundation.
Right.
Yeah.
No, 16.
Yeah, and sorry, you might have to count the studs on each step because it goes between 8s and 10s and 12s and 16s for some of those.
Yeah, now
But
I feel like Jermaine a little bit with all the plates, man. He be putting in work on that bridge.
yeah,
Yeah,
but the
both
good
of
news
our
is for the
folks do,
audience
bro.
is that just like any Lego manual, I've got the rotations down every time a rotation takes place.
Mhm.
And then I put in a red outline around all the new pieces as you go. And Mel, yeah, you were telling me I could add more pieces in each step.
Yeah.
But because it was black brick on black brick, the
Mhm.
red outlines are really important. So I didn't want to overload it too much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's a good point.
So there will come a point where you're going to lay like 10 pieces down at once, but they're in a very obvious pattern. Let me know when you get to step 22.
22, I'm close. I'm on 18
Yep.
now.
I'm going to save you a lot of heartache and pain once you get to step 22.
Okay.
Yeah, Marilyn, it was fun to rewatch the movies. The first one, just I watched it because I had to, but really the Road Warrior and the other movies are really where it's at.
Yeah,
For me.
yeah, it was one. I'm trying to think. Maybe that was Road Warrior, where they were trying to go to Neverland or something. They were trying to go to Tomorrowland or something like that.
Yeah, in the Road Warrior, he comes across people who are they have access to they're making gasoline, they're refining gasoline from an oil refinery,
Uh-huh.
and they're under siege.
Right.
And yeah, they want to get to a better place by escaping. And then in Beyond Thunderdome, you have this there's Thunderdome, so that's the second movie. I won't give away the ending, but it gets into this weird, dreamy kind of spiritual experience toward the end. And then, of course, Fury Road is the ultimate. They just get better. Basically, each one is just more insane, more crazy, and more kind of nutty.
Yeah.
And the stunts too. The stunts in the budget just keep increasing. Like Fury Road is on a level that's just insane.
All right, I'm on 22.
Okay, step 22. There is a 1x4 brick.
Okay.
I need you to not put that on the model.
Okay.
So what happened is accidentally this brick is part of a larger front bumper assembly,
Mhm.
and it should have been included there.
Okay.
But if you remember, you're gonna come across. Basically, there's gonna be a 1x4 brick gap
Mhm.
in one of the front bumper assembly pieces.
Mhm.
And you just need to make a mental note. That's when you use this 1x4 brick from this step.
For that stuff. Okay.
Okay? Yeah.
Yeah. I remember that. Yeah.
It's going to be pretty obvious. You're going to notice that there's like this 1x4 gap when you start to look at it going onto the mall. And you're going to be like, oh, yeah, that's where that brick went.
The brick. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's easy.
Yeah, unfortunately, you guys are my guinea pigs. You're like my quality assurance program as you build this. So, yeah, as you run into problems, you're gonna tell me where the instructions need to be fixed so that I can eventually get the final set out and available for people.
I take it, friend. I take it. Oh man, this is exciting.
Yeah, steps. There's some minor inconsistencies, but they won't trip you up as bad as that one.
Okay.
Until you get to the dashboard, that one's. I'm still thinking about how to make it easier. I just haven't figured it out yet. It just comes down to the fact that it's a really detailed build with a lot of angles, and just getting it onto the models never fun. I'm just flipping ahead to see if there's any more bazingas, because I know that you're. This one took me about 4.5 to 5 hours to put together.
Really?
From beginning to end, yeah.
I guess I should be putting down.
Yeah. Let's see, 1,000 pieces over 5 hours.
I can do
That's
that.
500 pieces. It's 5 hours. Yeah, I was doing good. That's about 200 BPM or
Uh-huh.
BPH. So I was going fast. I was laying
You were laying
I
it
was
down.
laying about 3 bricks a minute. Yeah, I was going really fast through it. So is gonna take you time, but that's okay. Just build it as you enjoy it, and if you get to a frustrating point, just set it down.
I'm gonna call Moto. Moto! It's like,
Yeah, or you've got my number, which is even more frightening. I'm gonna get the messages at like 2 a.m. Bro,
he's like,
hey
nah,
man, I'm on 239. What the heck?
bro, go to sleep. Go to sleep, bro. What's the worst could happen? Yeah, you're gonna find out.
Yeah, but yeah, take notes if you do hit a stumbling point or something wasn't clear or it was confusing. Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely just make a note and it'll help me improve the instructions for anybody else who wants to take this thing on.
yeah, for sure. For sure.
And there's another interesting fact. I just looked at.
What you looking at?
So yeah, if I hadn't pulled a lot of this brick from my own personal collection,
Uh-huh.
if you go through Bricklink and you purchased all these pieces on your own, it'd be about $260 a brick.
That's not bad.
Not for 1,000 pieces. No, that's not too bad.
That's not bad. I mean, it's still, that's about a decent size, burger size,
Oh
bill.
yeah, sorry, I'm catching up with the chat. Marilyn's asking some questions here.
Yeah.
How many are there? There are 3 boxes. So Iceberg's got one, Tricky Bricks has got the other, and then mine is just a little bit different. Iceberg, you and Tricky Bricks got the last of the Moto stickers in the first batch. I literally ran out putting the stickers on those internal boxes.
Nice, nice. Yeah, these
So I ordered some new ones, and then so the new stickers, I got a holographic foil, and I put those on my boxes. So that's the only thing that makes my set different.
Mhm.
Marilyn, no, if I did it right, he won't have any extra pieces. Hopefully, he won't run short either. Otherwise, he's going to have to hand notes to someone to Spidey to go grab some pieces or something.
And that is so important because, like, many times, you put a Lego set together and you got these handful of extra pieces and you feel like you missed a step. And it's like,
Well, yeah, if you ever wind up with an extra brick, you screwed up. I mean, there's just certain pieces you never get dupes of, like getting the studs, the 1x1 studs, that's common, getting 1x1 round plates. It's always little stuff like antennas or little pieces that could get lost.
Yeah.
And now that you're hauling there, what have you been up to, VX Bricks?
Just working. Got a couple of projects on the side that I've been designing. Still trying to catch up with YouTube videos. I got like another, I think 70 videos I gotta shoot at some point.
YouTube videos.
I started a new YouTube series and just to learn how to shoot videos, and oh man, it takes so much longer than I would have expected.
You'll have no time for the hobby, man. You keep YouTube is your hobby, You don't got no time for it, man.
Well, quite honestly, after I finished these boxes, I was like, I need a break.
Man. And you know what? I was wondering what was going on. I said, man, Moto's so busy. What are you doing, Moto? And Moto was just so quiet about it. What are you doing, dude? Like, he was just so busy. He's busy making these boxes, man, putting in art like that, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just trying to add up all the hours. I know. Well, the pieces took months. But the knolling, the bagging, the manuals, the custom cutting, because these manuals are printed on 8.5 by 11. But if you measure it, they're not 8.5 deep. They wouldn't fit in the laptop box, so I had to cut like an inch off of each sheet.
Wow.
And luckily, I have an industrial paper cutter from back, like, I don't know, 1920 or something when they used paper. But that thing can go through like 30 sheets at a time. But it's just it was just a lot of manual effort. So by the end of it, I think probably the ribbon, the origami, all of that, that's probably at least 10 hours of labor for each one.
No.
But it's
Yeah,
a labor of love, and now you've got this. You've got this really, you've got this art. You've got an art piece that
yeah, I was
pretty
gonna
much
say,
no one else has.
you definitely took in, artistry to a new level, friend. Like,
Now, hopefully, this is one of the boxes you won't throw out.
oh no, no, no. This is definitely gonna sit on the shelf in my
Oh,
Lego
cool,
room. Once I'm
cool.
allowed back in my Lego room
Yeah.
after this blows over, that definitely gonna sit, in the background, and you're gonna see that, and you're gonna see
Yeah,
the nice.
I think it arrived at just the right time where you've got all this time on your hands and you have to be in that room.
Yeah, yeah,
At least you've got this this sucker's going to take you a while, and then once it's done, you'll be able to appreciate it as well.
and I tell you, my debt to you, what I'm going to do for you is that I'm going to put this together, and I'm going to, I'm going to record my experience, and then I'm going to write a blog about my whole experience. So you can kind of put that with your resume, like
Oh, right,
sure you're
right,
gonna go,
yeah.
I'm sure you're gonna make another project, man. So and so you can actually take what I say and put it on your new website once once you start getting your projects and stuff put out. Man.
Yeah, if you want to share footage, what I did, so I have the video uploaded, but I didn't release it because I didn't want to spoil it. But I did my own video going through the unboxing experience,
Mm-hmm.
where I talk about kind of a little bit of the details of how I put it together, but also the thought process as a designer of why I did certain things in a certain way. But yeah, I would love to have some commentary from you at the end of that to talk about how, because I only have my own mind of like what I thought I was putting into it.
Mm-hmm.
You never know what's going to happen on the other end when someone receives it, right? You never know how it's going to go.
Because it's all interpretation, right? Like but like right now, man, it's just that, I'm diving deep in here, man, and even just and it's like
Yeah, and if you need to spread them out more, what you can do is you can even use the lids as a second container to spread those out a bit more to get them,
yeah,
yeah, to get them organized the way you want.
I definitely will, man. This is just amazing, friend.
Yeah, and if you need me to walk you through how to retie the ribbons at the end, I can do that. Or uh, I probably don't want to walk you through the origami paper. That's just too much. But yeah, that would take a little while.
I'll be in here, saying that thing. I'll be, forget it, forget it.
Yeah, yeah. I've had a lot of practice folding some of the more, difficult origami patterns. So for that one, what was crazy about that one is
Uh-huh.
I thought that origami would be easier with larger sheets of paper, and it's not. Once you get past a certain medium size and it gets bigger, it's really hard to fold and hold the tension into the paper to get a good crease. So it really was a lot more challenging to fold that origami kimono than I would have thought. I thought it was going to be really because it's such a big sheet of paper. I was like, oh, it's a big sheet of paper. It should be much easier to get the folds in. It wasn't, because the wrapping paper like wants to constantly crease against you and fall over. So to get the box tension in as you're putting it over and get the overlap and then the single perfect crease across and down
Uh-huh.
without putting any tape on the box along the way, which is kind of the origami mindset, is you only do one piece of tape at the very end to hold it together, and then the whole thing should come apart. Taking the time to do that wrap was like a bit of a fun exercise for me, a good challenge to see if I still had the skill.
Patience. That's what it is.
Patient. Well, yeah, it's just about being patient and taking your time and getting it right.
Yeah, man. You know what? I never thought that. Well, yeah, I did. I mean, my good friend here kind of taught me about plates. But then once you get enough of these plates together, man, this thing is like real tough.
Yeah, if you overlap them as much as possible and you do 2 layers in a lock, um, Now, if you had a mallet, it would probably make it even easier. But for me, I just have the Technic fingers, and what I used to do is I do the 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 the, the palm end crush, like
Uh-huh.
CPR, and every time I hit it, if it was squeaking, I
Mhm.
knew that it was still compressing. And but when I stopped hearing it squeak, I knew I had it together. But yeah, I waited for that foundation. Oh, now you're starting to lay bricks. You've got the foundation down.
Yeah. Yep.
But yeah, a lot of people pinch lock like this, which is good if you're used to building with Technic. You have probably the finger strength to pinch lock it. But
Mhm.
on this one, I literally had to start doing the CPR presses, just where you sit there and you do this reverse palm like compression along the way.
Sounds familiar, BX.
Did you guys have to do that?
A few bandages later, yeah.
A few what?
Few bandages later, yeah.
Oh yeah. Did you guys get blisters?
I did.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he,
Yeah.
both my thumbs were bleeding, and
Yeah.
they had to stitch me up during a little lunch break.
Oh geez.
yeah.
So to go
Yeah,
back there
I
second half trying to use bloody thumbs, that wasn't fun.
no. I did that too. I gave myself really bad blisters doing a Technic spaceship
Oh,
because I was basically flexing the Technic a couple
Uh-huh.
of millimeters left and right
Uh-huh.
because those lift arms well they have a little give. So I was cheating the Lego by brick bending just a little bit to get some triangulation going.
Mhm.
But with mock building, you make a mistake, you have to take it off, right, and then put another piece back on. Well, with Technic, it's you guys know it's so beefy that after a while, I gave myself blisters on my thumbs and my front fingers,
wow.
and but now I have calluses. I have like Lego calluses on the tips of my thumb and my finger, just like gardeners get calluses, in here from doing gardening or whatever.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, I
Wow.
hear you. It's one of those things where it's like guitar players; they get calluses on their fingers too, right, from the strings.
They're stringing away. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But yeah, if you're doing some really intense, building for hours on end and hours on end, and you're just putting a lot of pressure through your fingertips, you do those that ABS and all the corners just wind up, slicing and really, uh, yeah, you just need to get calluses in there eventually. But no, oh, that's bad. I never heard that you actually had your fingers were bleeding, huh?
Yeah, they don't show that stuff on TV. That's all the
Dude, that dang.
it's when you buy the,
Yeah, show you crying on there. Show you crying.
I dropped not one tear. All right, sir.
I mean, look at him crying. Look at him. Look at
Oh,
him.
hoy, Christoph Koster. Yeah, that's brutal, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, it's good to know. I guess anybody who's applying for the show, make sure you work out your fingers and you get those calluses. Otherwise,
Lots of push-ups on your fingertips. That's
Yeah,
what's gonna get you.
yeah, you gotta have at least on these digits I found, and then all in here. I have calluses all in here too from the. That's more from the gardening side, but in here and here from doing compressions on, the crush that digit crush,
Uh-huh.
hand crush. Yeah, if you're constantly rubbing your hand across studs, after a while you will get calluses right here too.
Yeah.
Indeed, indeed.
It is. It's a bit like sandpaper. You just don't realize how hard it is on your fingers until you just keep going for a while, and then you're like, why does my hand hurt? My fingers are burning.
Yeah,
Sounds
man. Somebody
brutal, though,
say,
man.
you
I'm
know,
so
oh,
sorry.
bro,
Yeah, I'm so sorry, man.
so bad. My fingers hurt. It's so bad. You a tough guy. No, my fingers hurt. Make you look bad.
Well, no, I mean, I'm kind of a nut because some weekends I will. I'll like the reason I can get so much done is I get up at like 4 or 5 in the morning, right? And so because I take care of the kid and everything, so my days and afternoons are all taken up for. But
Yeah.
on weekends, my son likes to hang out until the afternoon, doing his own thing in his room. So I have this span that I realized if I get up at 4 and I go till like 11,
Mhm.
I've got a lot of time to do just dedicated hours and hours and hours of building. But that is like you put in 5, 6, 7 hours of mock building, you begin to realize that, oh my God, my fingers feel so damaged. until you get used to it again. But yeah, normally, it's like go to bed super early. Like you, Iceberg, I'm dead by 8.
Yeah, because I'm like you, I'm up early. Like I don't know, my body's usually like up. Like on my days off, I'm up like 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
you know, but like when I'm working, I'm back, man. I'm up all night. So
Wow. So you're able to do that? Because I can't unless something really weird happens where I sleep in or something, which happened the other day because I didn't have enough sleep for a couple days in a row.
it's tough, man. Staying up. I don't like staying up all night. I mean, but yeah, I'm kind
Yeah.
of quiet
Me
too. So,
neither.
but it's yeah, it's I'm up all night. I mean, thank God it's like 8 hour days and not a 12 hour day. Now I've
Oh,
done
good.
nights that were like 12 hours, and that is the worst. But then I spend like 7 trips at 7-Eleven trying to wake up and drinking coffee. We say we go back to 7-Eleven.
Yeah, yeah. No, man. Yeah. So my first job, I was a consultant, and it was like 100-hour weeks,
Mhm.
always, constant. And I just remember it was nonstop work with no. There you go. Oh wow, you're way along. You're
I'm at 37. Well, I'm at 36. I'm at 36.
yeah, you're getting into you're starting to build out the rear of the car now. You're actually putting some framing in. And
It's
does that front did the front
that
fall off
front.
or is that front
Yeah,
staying on?
it's a little tricky because you're on one
Yeah,
third.
so it's okay if you just set that aside as you work on the rear and just remember to pop it back on. That's a known. What I'm gonna probably do is take that front part and move it further back in the manual so you don't attach it until it's time.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good note. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I've already got that one down. I've realized that because when I was watching both of you guys build it, I realized it kept falling off.
It's falling off. Yeah.
Eventually, I think Flynn just took it and set it to the side, which was the right thing to do until it was time to put it back
Put
on.
back on. Right. Okay.
Yeah. It also makes a smaller footprint, so it's a little bit easier to rotate around as those views change.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you've got the foundation of the car down now. From here on out, you're going to start building up the rear structure,
Mm-hmm.
and then the other strength thing you're going to see happening is you're laying these bricks along the side. You're going to be laying some brick along the middle,
Mm-hmm.
and then you're going to wind up capping it with another sheet of plates. So it's almost like putting an I-beam down the middle of the car in the rear.
Mm-hmm.
So those sides and that brick down the middle, I didn't just rely on a double sheet of plates on the bottom. You're gonna be running a brick, and then I'm gonna trap that brick with 2 more sheets of plates.
Okay. Yeah.
I think yeah. And so once you cap that off, it basically means that part of the body of the frame where you're putting in the tires
Mm-hmm.
is going to be super rigid, so that the tires will never bow in.
Okay.
They can't because you've done kind of what they do in truck design, which is they run 2 beams along the bottom of the truck, and then they build the frame off of those beams by stacking and welding.
Mm-hmm.
Now, a modern car is much stronger because it has a unibody design, but with Lego, there is no concept of unibody; it's all brick. So I just went with the old truck tech, which is like running a brick down the middle and then the bricks on the side, and then locking with a plate. And
Mm-hmm.
once you sandwich that plate on top, it can't twist or move or do anything. It's going to be a really solid structure that's
Okay.
going to fix everything in. Now, the middle of the car is going to want a bow. Unfortunately, I couldn't solve for that. It's going to always want to do this until you start to lock some stuff in later.
Okay.
Yeah. But that back is going to be solid, and you're going to see some of that's going to come in as a concept in the front as well.
Mhm.
A little bit squirrelier, but the same idea.
Okay.
So by the time you get to like the 60s and the 70s, you're going to have a really nice stacked in box in the back.
Okay.
Yeah, unfortunately, this is less of the extensive, awesome math snot work that comes in later. This is more of just getting a good foundation down,
Mm-hmm.
which is true of any car build. I mean, the Lego builds always start with you got to get that base down, and then you got to get a little bit of the framing in, and then you really start to get into the cool part of the car.
Right. Yeah, man.
Yeah, and let me know if you have any other questions about how it's going or what I was thinking of when I put it together.
Oh yeah, totally, man. So start back up again tomorrow, man. I'll probably try to do a session tomorrow morning, man. Like around like maybe 11.
Did you say tomorrow morning?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, what time?
Probably 11 o'clock my time, man. It'll probably be on like noon.
11, 9, 8 my time?
Yeah.
Send me an invite. If you go on air, I might be able to join.
Yeah. I'll give you an invite. Yeah.
Yeah, because I think I've got, because we're on winter break, let's see, the 24th. Yeah, I can join. Well, if I get up at 4 or 5 in the morning, I should have everything I need done. I should have everything I need done by 8.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, man. If not, just watch. And I mean, just
But I'm glad to be hanging out with you now because because this is the first version, it doesn't hurt to have me here to have you go, hey, what do I put? Where exactly am I doing with this thing? Or what were you thinking?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Or even like questions like, why are you putting this stop brick here? Or why the heck is this wedge plate going in at this direction? Or
right.
Why are you making me put down 10 jumpers in a row, bro?
I saw that. I was looking at it. No, that's a lot of jumpers.
That's a lot of jumpers. You're going to use up almost all the jumpers in that one strip.
He got more jumpers than a platoon, man.
Yeah, I had to order more. It's funny, I have a pretty decent Lego brick collection. I mean, I've got a lot of brick, but even I ran out of jumpers on this one. I ran out of snot bricks, too.
Man, yeah, I'm excited. All right, folks, I will be back tomorrow morning.
Oh, okay, we're going to wrap it up. Sweet, yeah.
Yeah,
cool.
Moto be hanging with me, hopefully.
Yep.
And I will be going live and building along in this lovely manual. You guys got to get you a copy. You got to get you a copy in here. You totally got to get a copy.
Yep. I'm just taking. By the way, I'm taking notes from you, and the manual will get in its final form once it's been thoroughly, quality assured by our builders here. Our fine Lego master builders are giving me good tips, and where to change things and when things aren't quite right. You can't have better advice, right, than Lego Masters giving you set design advice and feedback. So once we get that perfected, I'll figure out the logistics and how anybody could take on this manual. As long as you're willing to, spend about $160 US for all the pieces. But I guarantee once you get through it, it's going to be a showpiece.
And that ain't a bad buy, because like you said, for the set that you get and all the quality of the build and everything, man, it's amazing, man. It's amazing.
Wait till you get through it. Wait till you get to some of these rare custom parts. You're gonna love it. You're gonna be like, "Ooh, he gave me one of these."
Yeah, that's how when I open it up, I'm like, "Oh man, this is gonna be great! Like, this is gonna be great." I don't know too much about vintage Lego, but every time I see it, man, it's almost like I'm Indiana Jones and I'm in the Temple of Doom and I find some gold and stuff like that.
Yeah. So one cute insider hint is every Lego designer has something that they sneak into a set, right?
Uh-huh.
So my thing is sneaking in vintage brick on the sly.
Okay.
And in this build, there is a piece that's from the Samsonite era from the 1960s. And you're gonna love it when you see it come into play.
Okay.
You're gonna be like, "Oh, this logo doesn't even look right." Yeah, so I love sneaking in vintage brick, and you're gonna hit some old gray pieces, and then as you get through, you're gonna hit this wonderful Samsonite piece from back in the 60s.
Okay.
Yeah, 60-year-old Lego piece.
Nice. Wow.
That's some old brick.
Man. Yeah, man. Yeah. That's awesome, man. Yeah, I'm really excited about this Moto, big time, man. I appreciate you, man, for being a friend.
Oh,
man.
no problem. It's all worth it. And when we meet again tomorrow morning, you'll have to tell me if you saw anything that taught you a lesson or any techniques that you thought were really exciting or something that was kind of cool as you put it together.
Okay. Yeah.
As well as Moto, you did this to me. Con. All good, man.
Yeah, man. All good, man. I love it.
All
man.
good. Yeah,
Love
no
it. What do you
problem.
think, BX? What do you think?
It looks really good, man. I'm kind of jealous. I'm not there to be able to like experience what you got going on.
Yeah, this COVID sucks because if we had done this right, you guys would have been sitting together putting this together, right?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, you know it.
Indeed, bro. Indeed.
I mean, I might actually try to see if I can find these movies on streaming somewhere and maybe add to the army. You know.
Amazon Prime. Amazon Prime has, I think the Road Warrior and Beyond. Oh, or did I rent it? Anyway, BX, if you really want to take this thing on, I'll get you a manual free of charge. No big deal when it's done.
That's sweet.
Okay. Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, man. You gotta get one. I just want after Moto put this in mass production, what is the next model that's gonna come after this? It's gotta be that tanker, bro. It's gotta be that tanker.
No, I couldn't do the war rig. I mean, this one pretty much broke me. I mean, it was good. I do a car maybe once. Well, so what's funny is I do a vehicle and make instructions maybe once a year. So I won't be doing another vehicle for a year. But I'm sure it will be something. It's always something, because it's the Supernatural Impala, which is a black classic car. Then I've got the Interceptor, which is a black classic car. So I'm seeing a trend here. But yeah, I'm sure it's going to be it's always some vehicle that I know Lego Ideas would never accept because it's ultra violent.
Okay.
Right? Like Supernatural is not a show that you could put through Lego Ideas.
Right.
Mad Max is not something you could put through Lego Ideas and get through, right?
Bro.
So yeah, I'm always on the hunt for that special something that doesn't have the techniques have to be easy enough to convert into a manual, and yet sits in that zone where there's no way Ideas would ever do it, kind of thing, right?
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, maybe you guys will have an idea, or we'll all figure something out someday, and I'll get inspired and put something together. But until another year, this is it.
Right after we hit the button, I tell you, I got a good idea. Got a good idea. All right, folks. We'll be back tomorrow. Thank you, Moto.
You're welcome.
Thanks, BX, for hanging out with the boy.
Always a blast hanging out with y'all.
All right. We'll see y'all tomorrow.